What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play, or rather, BarrowsBOY Plays, the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, episode 5, I think. Last time we learned all sorts of fun things about soy milk. Such an unfortunate loss. Apparently I'm in the middle of the run, but it can't be very good, because obviously I quit it. What do we need to do? Lots of progress is being made, and we are quickly approaching the time where honestly, we can just go off and can do some hard mode stuff. I have dipped into hard mode. It's hard. It's hard. Let's go with Lazarus, though. You guys certainly haven't seen any of Lazarus from me. And I quite like Lazarus quite a bit. The trick with Lazarus, and I think this is rather interesting with him, he has a life. He comes with an extra life. And as far as I can tell, when you respawn with Lazarus, you come back bigger and better than ever. That's what I figure. I don't know where that pill came from, but I'll certainly take it. We'll also get Mr. Punch and Bag here, who will pull aggro for us from some enemies. You come back with some extra punch, some more damage, all sorts of niceness. We got 2 tinted rocks on this level, by the way. Don't think I didn't see them. So dying with Lazarus early on is actually like not a terrible idea, at least assuming I'm right about this. The times I have died early, I definitely noticed that I was like seemingly more powerful when I came back. So assuming my theory is correct, dying early after maybe a cellar 2 or basement 2 deal with the devil is quite potentially the way to go with Lazarus. If you can cash in that deal with the devil, and you do keep in mind, the reason I say that is because when you die, Lazarus comes back with only 1 heart. So you don't want to sacrifice a bunch of health upgrades. So if you can, maybe cash in a deal with the devil, get down to 0 health, or, close. Or maybe even kill yourself with a deal with the devil. That might be the ideal situation, actually. Either way, worth looking into, because I think that's going to be the meta for Mr. Lazarus here. We'll grab a key from that tinted rock. Not exactly what I wanted to see, but at least we have a key for the next floor. And that's one of the things, consumables. I can't tell you how much, after playing just, maybe an hour or 2 of hard mode, how much more thankful I am for consumables, because by God, hard mode just that's part of it. You just don't get consumable drops anymore. It's almost a tragedy. It really is. It's awful. Suddenly, you're used to, and sometimes, already in normal mode, you have key troubles sometimes. Sometimes you need a bomb and you don't have one. Well, imagine that suddenly the game is actually actively restricting those things. Yeah. It's no fun. But we'll kill Widow. Not the greatest Widow fight I've ever put up, but we'll move on. We'll pick up an HP upgrade in the less than 3 heart, otherwise known as the chin ball sack. Yeah, I said it. Come on. Like, that, come on. You knew what you were doing, Edmund. You knew. I got nothing to say. Just kind of, it's one of those moments. They don't often happen with me. Very talkative person, but then, just, I got nothing. We're being Lazarus, It's just kind of how it rolls. And don't you explode on me. I gotta say, the interesting tendency in Rebirth so far for monsters that, or at least, I guess, not transformations, how do I want to put this? Monster evolutions that are applied to, say, flies. So we've got bomb flies, you got flies that could be rest in peace devil deal right there. That was very foolish. Stuff like bomb flies and the laser bullet flies, those kind of things. Seeing the addition of spider versions of those in Rebirth, as well as a bunch of other enemy types that maybe have existed as a fly and now exist as a spider. Or in the case of the green, I don't know what to call them. I don't actually know their real name, but the green bomb heads that now can be, decapitated, and you leave their head, you leave their body behind, that kind of stuff. Very interesting that they actually, added that stuff. It's again, I can't say enough about Rebirth in terms of the creativeness of some of the stuff that they've come out with, and past the point of like, you know, the creativity of something like Tiny Planet. I mean, like simpler stuff. You know, I honestly give the little things a lot more credit than those big things, because for whatever reason, I think it's just a lot harder to come up with a simpler new item like, say, all stats up and then shuffled. You know, that's not intuitive for me, and you know, I don't know. I'm rather impressed. I don't know if I'm missing a monster in here. The music. Yeah, we are. There we go. The music was leading me to believe that there was still some job to be done. This is an interesting item, and just for at least comedic purposes, I will use it in here. Apparently, it didn't work. Okay, then I guess I don't know what this item does. I thought it turned everything into poop. But it didn't appear to do that. Okay, this is a big fight for us. I'm not, again, maybe there have to be enemies. The last time I did it, I feel like it just filled the room with poop. Not actually sure, but Scapegoat doing some lovely work for us. Although the one problem with Scapegoat is you can fall into some bad habits with him because you don't want to assume the enemy is going to aggro on him. And now that the pin is aggroing on him, I'm not getting my shots in, really, so not the best thing, actually. It's interesting, but it's not exactly good for business right now. And again, I really do want to, test out my theory of Lazarus comes back with some, some better stats. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I'm right about it. I don't want to call myself crazy, but pretty sure, the tears were red. You look more intimidating for sure. I mean. Pretty sure you come back with some, some fire. So hopefully we earn our deal with the devil here. I haven't screwed it up yet, although I did take damage on the floor, but we'll be fortunate enough to get a luck up, and you know what? No reason not to pick it up now. We will head into our deal with the devil and find a Necronomicon, which is most certainly not what I wanted to see. I'm gonna pass. I can't in good conscience take that item. Let's go check out our last room here. I am in no rush. I don't think the boss rush is something I'm looking for on this playthrough. I think I've already done it with Lazarus anyway. I've had a lot of success with Lazarus. And again, he's very simple. He's kind of like Isaac, but he's got this interesting little one-up kind of thing going on for him. So I quite like him. He's especially nice before you get the D6, obviously, because, you don't... Whoa! That luck up, though. Oh, please, don't hurt me. 3 spirit hearts from the fires, which made me completely forget about the horrible atrocity that was that red chest giving me a troll bomb. So item-wise, we're not doing so great, I'll be honest. We've got some HP, quite a lot of it, actually, but damage, we're struggling. Quite a bit, actually. So if we could turn that around, that'd be just great. Again, a lot of our items are defensive, so as much as we had that 1 Tears upgrade, it's not going to carry us to the late game. So maybe, just maybe, I can grab a deal with the angel, maybe get Sacred Heart. I know, wishful thinking, right? Wishful thinking. So I have, someone commented on the last episode, and forgive me, I don't remember your name, even though you were the one comment on the video as of me making this one. So I apologize, but your comment was, I guess, insight that I needed. It was kind of information I was unsure of. But you mentioning that the Platinum God achievement is everything but the lost stuff, and that's good to know. I don't think I ever expect to get the real Platinum God. I'll be perfectly honest. That's a tall order. That's a lot to do on a character that really only can be hit once, and that is some shameful damage. Take a look in here. I like this room mainly because of the golden chest, and Pinky Eye is actually kind of a great thing. Let's see if we can get a speed down. Excellent. Pinky Eye is a very underrated trinket. It's still underrated, I think, in Rebirth. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Get you some poison shots now and then. It's a damage upgrade of sorts. I can lure these guys into the bombs, and I will do just that. Beautiful. This guy just does not want to die. Thank you. That speed down hurt, but we are actually in a good position right now. Speed down is not too big of a deal. you could all just aggro my little friend over there, that'd be fantastic. And this is one of the times when you gotta be really careful, because I had all of those guys aggroed on my scapegoat, and I really wasn't expecting shots my way, and, you know, all of a sudden you can get a shot coming your way, and, well, there's your day ruined. So not a terrible mob trap room. We will have flush in a second, and again, I'm really not sure what this does. It's got something to do with poop. That's at this point, that's the best I can give you. So I would love to use it in here. That'd be swell. These guys probably one of my favorite enemies. They just kind of die. Isaac's head, interesting. So we get a familiar, more tears, definitely more damage than Pinky Eye. Not as reliable though. We'll stick with Isaac's head. What the hell? We're just creating an army of pale creatures behind us. So, you know, let's go with the theme of today's run. So let's use flush. And in fact, all the enemies turn to poop. That's a beautiful thing. It's basically, I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of a better Necronomicon. Obviously, if you have champions in the room, they're not going to turn into poop. Or rather, they'll not drop the consumable that they would have. And that's another thing about hard mode, by the way. Champions are more frequent, and they don't necessarily drop consumables. It's a bad time. Anyway, so interesting. You know, we got some interesting applications of this item. I think certainly trying it out on a boss is definitely not out of the question. If I don't have a charge before the boss room, I think I definitely want to give it a shot, just to see what happens. Why not, right? So our damage is a little better now that we have Isaac. His little head. Full health pill in the rotation. So far, our pill rotation is actually quite swell. Our one negative pill that we've seen is a speed down, and Lazarus has decent starting speed, so that didn't hurt us too badly. And now we have a full health pill and Tears Up. Obviously, our first pill was Tears Up. And this is not the item I wanted to see in here. Granted, it does mean we won't get him later, but you know, item rooms can be much more fruitful than a little Chad. Gotta say. So I'm a little disappointed at that. I'm you know, how can you not be disappointed in little Chad, right? He's just a disappointing little fellow. So if you could target my scapegoat, that'd be swell. I think my least favorite part about Q-Bones is that they fire diagonally. I mean, who came up with that? Who decided that was okay? We had a perfect thing going where, you know, NPC monsters can't fire diagonally. It's like it's like you know, you can actually get out of a situation because they can't get that shot off. But now, no longer. So flush did nothing to our boss. Disappointing. Probably should have saved it for when we had a bunch of enemies on screen. But this is the champion version of Pestilence, which is actually much easier than his former counterpart. Unfortunately for Pestilence, or well, good for him, bad for us, I suppose. He received a pretty significant buff. He now, and that's very, very awful damage. He now, for whatever reason, has a trail of creep with him, as well as his bomb shots give creep. So he was buffed quite significantly, and we will get a deal with the angel. This is big. And we'll get the prayer card. Definitely an upgrade from what we had before. Now, I am certainly in no position to be bombing angels, so I'm not going to. You're like, I'm certainly not in a position, but I'm going to do it anyway. No, not quite. We're going to go ahead and go down to the next floor, take our HP upgrade, and our ball of bandages with us. Again, defensively, we're set. We're doing really well. We're, like, no complaints. Offensively, not quite the case. We've got complaints. This room, don't like it. Not a fan, really. Surprised I didn't take damage from this fellow. He just popped up right next to me. These enemies, these guys are new as of Rebirth. I guess the enemy type, the whole Diglett thing, is not super new, but the kind that pops up out of nowhere and just kind of shoots at you, definitely new. And these guys that have this weird spiral pattern, certainly an enemy of anyone with short range. They're not fun to deal with, let's put it that way. Thank you, little Chad. Maybe a Dark Bum pickup could just carry us the whole way. Maybe we could just have so much HP that would just be indestructible. And holy shit, these guys are fast. Oh my god. Oh boy. Just a random guy coming out of nowhere. Right there. Again, having higher damage. We've taken out a couple of these guys already, actually, miraculously. And there goes some damage. And again, I say these things about like taking damage on stuff. affecting our chances of, you know, deals with the devil and angel. I actually don't know if that's the way it works in Rebirth. There's like no way, of me knowing that, at least at this point. So we have an interesting situation. That battery, I'm gonna assume we have 6 rooms left here, so if we can protect that heart, well, really, you know, we need another battery to make this work. Basically, I'm hinging on the chance that the game gifts us another battery, and we can, in theory, get another, even, you know, another charge going before the final, before the boss room, before we actually move on to the floor, because I don't think we're gonna be able, you know, we get one more charge, I assume. Assume we have about one more charge in this floor of our prayer card. And assuming that we only have that one left, you know, we might as well have saved the charge, right, till the end. So we do need another battery, whether that be in the shop or something, to hopefully get that fresh charge before we leave. I don't know if I'm making a lot of sense, but that's my plan. That's my plan. Yes, go for the scapegoat. Make my life so much easier. And little Chad. Yeah, okay, he's coming in handy. One of the interesting things with little Chad that I have noticed, and we will definitely do this, tower card. Totally worth the 2 keys. When you get the bigger friends, the BFF upgrade, seemingly little Chad gives half hearts, but they actually count for full hearts. So that I quite like, actually. We're gonna go ahead and check out the shop. Again, I am looking for, or I was looking for, a battery. The Humbling Bundle is in there, which is a very, very strong upgrade, making all our consumable drops double what they normally are. And with this key surplus, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a tower card down here, maybe kick a bomb in there, free our golden chest. I think we did just that. Then we'll pick up a cent and a bomb. Was it worth it? I don't, maybe. Not really is the answer. But, you know, what's done is done. And it looks like we're not even going to get that second charge of the prayer card. This ought to be the end of the floor coming up right up here. We did pick up Poison Tears. Pardon me for not talking about it more, but hey, strong upgrade. Scorpio much better than Pinky Eye. Making my decision to drop Pinky Eye seem very smart at this point. Because now we already have Poison. I don't think Poison stacks, as far as I know at least. So definitely made the right call. Scorpio Poison Tears are much more effective at actually getting poison on the target. So definitely the right call there. Nice to be vindicated at least a little bit during an Isaac run. After all, decision making is a big part of Isaac, and when you make right decisions, it feels good. I just walked right into that. Alright, so here's our boss room. We can, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna hopefully protect our spirit heart here, and that's just rude. Nib. You niblet, you little nub. Trying to explode on me. Hopefully, and ideally what we're going to do here, and I hope Gertie is not... Okay, he is aggroed on our scapegoat. So another problem with the scapegoat here is that Gertie, you're going to follow a very, very particular dodging pattern. You know, move left and right when he fires, when she fires. Gertie, notoriously, people refer to as a girl, so you know what, let's keep the trend rolling. But dodging up and down, left and right, as soon as he ducks himself, or herself, into that disgusting, gross body of hers. And as you can see, when she ducks in there and fires at the scapegoat, well, that's exactly where we're moving. We're trying to move over there. So I guess we can alter our dodging a little bit and just kind of move down as opposed to down and around. That way, we're safe from everything. You should be dead. Take care of your last grandfather fly there, and we will get all stats up and then shuffled. So what are we looking at? We got 2 damage. I don't see what could go wrong. I don't think there's any way that this could turn out badly, really. Oh, it turned out badly. We have 1 damage now. We have... seemingly nothing happened. I don't even think our stats went up, honestly. I'm going to be perfectly real with you. It doesn't really look like anything went up. So, I'm rather upset. This run needs help, and it needs help fast. We didn't earn a deal with an angel there. Another very sad part of that floor. Hopefully we can earn one here, because God knows Sacred Heart would be the item that would change this run around. Still possible that we grab something that could, you know, change things. Amnesia, most certainly not my favorite pill. The one thing we did come out ahead on with our all stats up and then shuffled there was we at least, and at the very least, we have some decent speed. Our damage may suck. It kind of sucked before, but now it's worse, clearly, because it's at 1. In theory, it should have gone to 3, and that, you know, I still have qualms with the Binding of Isaac stat page. It's still not doing what it should, at least if you ask me. I feel like there's a lot more information that I am owed that I am most definitely not getting a hold of, and this room is disastrous always, but certainly when we don't have the damage to just magically take out teratoma spiders at the, you know, at the bat of an eye. We can try and bait that over here so we can get our chest. And teratoma will finally die. I will take some more stupid damage. Things are going badly, folks. And some might say, oh, you're throwing the run because you're pissed off that it's shit. And it is shit, because there's the poop. You know, when you find the poop in your item room, sometimes it's just like, haha, I don't need you because I'm carried. Well, that's not the case right now. Right now, I really could have used an item room. And lo and behold, there's the poop. There is the poop. So the interesting part about this run is that, like I said, Lazarus, we've done the exact opposite of the way I think Lazarus should be played, which ought to be I kill myself early on a deal with the devil and respawn with even more damage, right? That's like at least, you know, theoretically how I want to be playing Lazarus. Obviously, we have stacked up, we've done the exact opposite. We've stacked up a lot of health, and we won't be able to do anything about that health. We can't get rid of it. Oh, and you have to, your friend over here has to die as well. There we go. These new white enemies, these like, oh my, nice shot. These new like white ghosted enemies that can only die after, oh sure, that works. New white ghosted enemies that only die after you've killed everything else in the room. Definitely an interesting twist on things. Do quite enjoy it. Poison damage is probably all we got going for us right now. That tears up. I think our tears stayed about the same from when we got that all stats up and shuffled. I gotta say, that item has been rather good to me in Rebirth. I haven't had a lot of complaints. This time it definitely screwed me, and there's definitely always the potential for that. You figure, okay, well, your damage won't, you know, chances are your damage won't go down, right? It just got put up. Even if it gets shuffled and put down 1, you're still at where you were before, right? That's my theory, at least. And this is an awful, awful, terrible room that has given me trouble since the beginning of Rebirth. Scapegoat actually plays a huge role. If these poops don't dash at me, my life becomes so much easier. And that is some nifty dodging coming out of Mr. Lazarus. I give him all the credit, you know? It's not so much me as it is just the plays made by Mr. Lazarus here. You got, come on. Dude's a star, look at him. He's got one eye that's just bigger than the other because he's got a buck tooth. Dude is just carrying us, really. Oh god, get away from me. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Cornered by little poops. Again, things you would only say while playing the Binding of Isaac. Whoa, you watch yourself, little poop. Dang, man. These little poops sometimes, they're real nice. You know, they're just little poops, right? Hey, little poops. Sometimes they can get you though. We certainly don't have enough money to go into that shop, but I don't see any other alternative. Maybe we can like inspire ourselves to get some money. Got a map and a remote detonator and a battery. The battery's the most important thing in there. We'll just have to remember that it's there. Other than that, not much for us. We'll get our Chub Jr., as it were. So this enemy is like half Chub, charges at you, but Larry Jr. because he's segmented, and you know, that's the deal. He drops Chub, little chubby guys. You know, I'm not making a lot of sense. It's Chub Jr., just trust me on it. It's a combination of the two. Again, one of those creative things that, like, seemingly obvious, but mysterious paper. I don't know what that does. I do know what Isaac's head does. I do know what the Fallen does, and it's probably murder us because we have no damage. And I do have like 4 bombs, so I could probably make use of that here. We'll see though. The fight's going all right so far. He will chase our scapegoat there, which is great. Fantastic. Oh, what? Oh, Brimstone in this game lingers for so long. You really just got to stay out of the way of it for quite a long time. We will catch one of the Fallen with our bomb, so this guy's our focus right now. And I've taken damage several times during this fight, so you can probably kiss our deal with the Angel goodbye, which is unfortunate. But you know, it's how the cookie crumbles. It's how the crookie rumbles. Them crookies, always rumbling. It's just a thing they do. And he will go down. We will get a much-needed damage upgrade. Oh, thank you. Our range, by the way, really bad, actually. So let's see. We've got a couple things that we can take care of on this floor. Number one, we have a battery charge, just kind of sitting and waiting for us in the shop. Our item room. Have we found our item room on this floor? Amnesia's a bitch. I don't think we have. I'm going to be perfectly honest. And poor Scapegoat over there is just taking the piss. Thank God there are no masks. That's all I can say about this room. The brains, I feel like, much more of a problem in Rebirth. They seem to be just as tanky as they used to be. But I feel like they're larger, their model is much bigger, so obviously better chance to, you know, hit you, I guess. Haven't seen much of them. There's a bunch of new enemy types for almost every area, so you don't see the same stuff quite as often. It's actually kind of refreshing. Singing the praises of Rebirth, because all hail Binding of Isaac. We just can't shut up about how great this game is. Okay, so we've got a couple options here. We can use our prayer card now, buy the battery. I think our best option is use it, buy the battery, and then go down to the next floor with a fresh charge and see if we can't make that 2 health upgrades on the next floor. I think that's our best bet. Don't take damage to the hollow. It's just embarrassing. Thank you, Chad. Oh, yeah, this room. Great. Fantastic. Oh, this amnesia pill. I gotta be real. Amnesia pill's probably up there with my least favorite. Granted, it's kind of like a, you know, it's a superficial problem. I don't need to see where I'm going, right? But Rebirth, definitely harder to keep track of where you're going in this game. I have noticed that quite a bit. And here's our item room, which we've been into, and had the poop. Right, okay. Just making sure this was still the poop floor. Gotta check. Make sure we've covered all our bases. We've been down. Oh, no, we haven't. We have not been down. And this room could be a big service to us. 1 spirit heart. So we've killed 8 fires. And we've gotten 4 spirit hearts. 50% rate, perhaps? I was told early on in Rebirth that was a 25% chance of dropping a spirit heart. I don't know where people come up with those numbers. You know, who knows where you're getting your information, but I believed it. So made me feel really good when I got them like 50% of the time. I imagine it's probably about a 50% rate. That makes a little more sense, just overall. And we're gonna go. We're gonna do a little skull bashing here. So let's see if we can get. I don't know if we can put the bomb here and get 6, but let's try it. Again, all about learning, and we can, in fact. Unfortunately for us, though, we got jack shit. We didn't get anything from these skulls. No cards, no nothing. Let's waste our last bomb. Let's do it. We'll get all 6 skulls. And we will get 2 cards this time. Lover's card? Sure. Needed some health. Why not? And the hero font. Beautiful. So we want to do 2 things here. We want to go back to our shop. Again, that mysterious paper. I'm not entirely sure what that does. So we're going to use our prayer card. Buy the battery. I feel like that's an amnesia pill. And we're on Necropolis 1. So you know what? Might as well. Oh, 1 cent and dead. Alright. That's fine. I didn't have much to give you anyway. Better it blow out on 1 cent on a run where you have 5 than blow out on a run on 1 cent when you have, you know, say 50. Because that thing can last quite a while. I have noticed donation. Quickly approaching 500 cents there, which I do believe is another milestone. You know, we'll get another upgrade out of that, which is cool. Last time I unlocked the red candle, which I have since played with. It's interesting. It's definitely different than the blue candle. I think the blue candle's in this game. I'm actually not sure about that, and I should have used this when we got down here. Although now I'm immediately regretting it, especially during this room. But what's his face? Completely lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? I have no idea. It's completely gone, vanished. Don't know what happened to it. It's too bad. Oh well. You're all probably like, you idiot, you were talking about the thing with the stuff. And I'm like, yeah, of course I was. It happens to me so much more often than you'd think. And I don't know if it's that I'm just constantly talking out my ass, so there's really no coherent thought going along with what I'm saying, but that's totally possible. That seems reasonable. Although that statement itself is definitely from the buttocks. Just me making random statements. Pretty typical. Trying to form logic out of nothing. It's kind of my life. Alright, we got a couple options here. Obviously, we don't want to go to the arcade until 3 rooms from now. Might want to spend some blood, get some money for once. Our shop almost certainly contains greed. Although we haven't bought anything. The greed... Hey, let's talk about another interesting Rebirth mechanic that I do quite appreciate. Greed is not nearly the pest that he used to be. Much less often. It's not the same, if you visited this shop, he's not guaranteed to appear as far as I know. That may be wrong, but he definitely doesn't show up like 3 times a run anymore. It seems like one shop and he's kind of done, which I appreciate because in Wrath of the Lamb, Greed was like, well, he's gonna show up sometime, like, just here's Greed. Yep, of course. It was like if he showed up on Caves 2, he was gonna show up on Depths 2, and it's just very confusing, and now we're in a very tough spot here. Scapegoat, please. Oh, and there goes our Eternal Hearts. God damn it. This run is a wreck. It's not my favorite run ever. By any standard. Pretty terrible damage. Again, defensively. Ooh, excuse me. Defensively, we're doing just fine. Damage-wise, it's not so great. Infestation 2, definitely going to help us out with the damage problem. Maybe we can even get the small rock from this tinted rock. Hopefully blow up the skulls as well. Beautiful play. We'll get the devil card and the magician card. I think we'll roll with the devil card. Magician's good, but I don't anticipate it being at all useful. And again, took damage. I've totally made it through that room without removing the skull before. With like good speed, and I don't know how I did it. Now that I try to do it now, I have no idea how I made that happen. Dead cat. Really, game? That is not the item I want right now. Although so tempting just to make this end. just so we could like leave this horrible place that is this run. Hey, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to kill our boss, although we're on Depths 2. Although, there is a chance for an actual deal with the devil after the mock fight, so I'm not wrong. And I think we'll have to cheese this fight. We'll have to do the old stand next to the hand type of thing, because I just see no other way of getting through it without taking damage. But Infestation 2, definitely a big help here. Every enemy we kill, holy shit. Every enemy we kill, we're getting spiders, and those spiders obviously are, oh my god, look at, Scapegoat's having some fun in the corner over there. Every enemy we kill, we get some spiders, and obviously those spiders go hard. I don't know what I just took damage from, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. Not entirely. Another one of my least favorite enemies. These guys can start firing so fast. Range down. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. That's some of the most bad we've had this run, actually. After that stat shuffle, our range got absolutely murdered. I don't know what went up. Speed? A little bit, I guess. Other than that, not really sure. I mean, what can we do in this run? We can earn another deal with the angel, and Sacred Heart could save us. That's about it at this point, I think. Maybe Holy Mantle. You can only stack so much defense, Give me a hand here. And you know what they may have... Oh, and let's use this devil card. They may have patched this. Definitely. Oh, big chunk of damage there. Ouch. But there goes, Ball of Bandage is doing its best. And yeah, they definitely patched it, so certainly not going to get out of here with no damage, but definitely did it a little bit faster, taking advantage of our Ball of Bandages. And for whatever dumbass reason, we earn ourselves a deal with the angel. and we get the Bible. Not what I wanted to see at all. That's like the worst. That's like the worst possible thing we could have gotten out of that, really. So now is the question of what do we want to do with ourselves? We could take the Bible, and you know what? Honestly, we have so much health. Prayer card's not going to do much for us anymore. I think we've reached that point after we go down to the next floor here where more red hearts is actually probably a bad thing. Question is, do we want to go fight Satan or Isaac? At this point, I think we're just gunning for the womb, to be honest with you. But let's go visit Isaac and Blue Baby if we can. The hope that springs eternal from the 4 chests on the chest is really all that's keeping me going at this point. Obviously, we have a Bible, so the Mom's Heart fight is a lock. I'm not sure what hit me there. I guess some creep. But the Mom's Heart fight is definitely a lock. That's a range down pill. We don't want that. So at this point, what do we want? We want some keys to make the chest worthwhile. More damage, obviously. Can't say enough about that. More damage would be real swell. Although we do okay now. I gotta admit, despite all my complaining, we're doing okay. Our ball of bandages, again, familiars are. I've talked about this several times throughout the series, but ball of bandages and all of the familiars do quite great, or not familiars rather, orbitals. At least the damaging ones are quite great. Had my chance to use Sacrificial Dagger for the first time recently, and boy does that thing go hard. I mean, it blocks shots in its full hitbox. I mean, it's quite awesome actually. I took it from a deal with the devil just to get it, and probably would again in the future. It's just that good. That's as far as I know. Again, anecdotally, it blocks all shots in its hitbox. Not sure if that's true, but that's what it seemed to be doing. Little Chad is actually proving to be one of our better pickups this run, as he tends to be, actually. Little Chad gets a bad rap from almost everyone who picks him up, but then he tends to save your run, and you're like, yeah, Chad, you're okay. You're okay, buddy. And then you completely, you go through, you take an amnesia pill after the run, and you're like, well, I hate you again, Chad, because you stole what could have been a damage upgrade. That's kind of how that goes. Not happy about that at all. Let's, consumables have been hard to come by this entire run. I feel like I'm playing hard mode. I've had, no more than, 9 cents all run, which really kind of stinks. There's not much left of this floor, surprisingly. We've burned through a lot of it. And we'll fight Mr. Fred, who is kind of just the biggest pushover ever. We're going to go ahead and use the Bible, because flying in this fight is actually incredibly useful, especially if these guys on the side become free. Can't touch me over here, buddy. So there we go, you're dealt with. Mr. Fred, probably the easiest boss of the entire game. Not sure, again, a lot of Rebirth was made more difficult. I'm not sure what they were thinking with this guy. He's kind of just, again, a giant pushover. He's really just easy. He stays in the middle of the room. Sometimes he might hurt you. He spawns little Freds. Those guys are called Freds, by the way, those little jumpy dudes. But dodging with this guy is as simple as he pops up and you should probably move out of the way just a little bit, It's not a difficult concept. I mean, that was easy as pie, right? And I'm talking a big game with no damage. I mean, normally this fight's over, because at this point you actually have something working for you, but we've certainly earned a deal with the devil here. Or Angel. Angel perk, please. I mean, I took the Bible, for Christ's sakes. Reward me, at the very least, by giving me a deal with the Angel. And we do have to get rather close. Our range here is actually really coming to bite us. I don't think I'm actually hitting him with our normal shots when we're far away. Which, again, with Mr. Fred is the entire game. Stay far away from Mr. Fred, you'll be fine. No deal with the Angel. Makes me a sad, sad boy. And we're at the HP cap. Again, like I said, having too much health in this game is actually, it'll come back to bite you. With that in mind, is it worth visiting the curse room? Probably not. But let's do it anyway. You never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates. Just came up with that right now, actually. Don't touch the fire. Don't touch the fire. I can't believe I didn't touch the fire there, but great room. Back on the team of, by the way, as of that room, back on the old 25% chance from blue fires. Definitely. Definitely back in that camp. Squeezy, our item. Nothing to shake a stick at. Fantastic. Tears upgrade, always good. Increases our damage. Certainly something I'm happy about right now. And you know what? I think at this point, opening that up, definitely worth the heart. And maybe even a little more. Yeah. But that's okay. We're going to get it all back. And we actually got some money. Holy shit. We have 14 cents. Not that we have anything to go spend it on. But we have 14 cents. If we there is that, there's a slot machine we could bomb to, but we only have one bomb, so it's probably not worth it. Happy about that trade, though. We're doing okay on keys. Again, I feel comfortable going into the chest. Have the 4 key, keeping 4 keys with me as we approach the chest is definitely something I'm concerned about. Because I want all 4 items, man. I can't not get all 4 items. I need every little bit of help I can get. And surprisingly, this run is still going. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm not dead. Again, we did stack a hell of a lot of defense early on, and this room always does damage to me. Yeah. It was only a matter of time. I don't know how to handle this room at all. It's really a mystery. The nubs shoot randomly. There's nowhere to there's nowhere to dodge. It's a horrible, horrible room of guaranteed damage. Awesomeness. And we'll get a pill. What could it be? Tears up is excellent. Got just a swell fire rate going now. Range up, again, like I talked about last episode, or at least I think last episode, one of the most underrated things in this game. If you don't have range or speed, both of those stats can just be absolutely killer if you don't have them. And right now we need range, so an all stats up, I guess, would be my Christmas wish. Please, oh please, Binding of Isaac Santo. I just want to range up, because again, as we approach those late game bosses, oh, and this is a curse of the whatever it is. We can't see our health. Let's see if we can get all the way. Yes, we can. Curse of the Unknown, I believe. Curse of the Blind is you can't see what items you get, and Curse of the Unknown being the one that. Oh, this is awful. Oh, this is terrible. Just kill it, please. Stay away from Scapegoat, because he's gonna aggro, eventually. Yikes. Not a fun room with low damage. And I've gone the wrong way. I made the poor decision. Thank you, Scapegoat. You are supposed to most definitely go up there and try to kill that top guy. And it looks like I'm out of Spirit Hearts. Justice card. I'm okay with that. More consumables, which we are definitely starved for. Again, feels like a hard mode run. Minus the increased champions and the no health drops from the bosses. And that creep can suck a big one. Another room that I almost always take damage on. And there it is. Again, like, what am I supposed to do? Boxed into this corner here. Battery charge. That could prove interesting. Don't know why that guy just suddenly showed up, but hey, welcome to the party. Oh, you fire so fast. Get out of here. World card. Definitely useful for the cathedral. Getting through the cathedral as fast as possible, definitely on my list. Again, you never know what's going to happen on the chest. I'd rather chance myself with 4 extra items from the chest than on the cathedral where, we can get to an Isaac boss fight that I pretty reliably know at this point. Gerda Jr. I hope there's not another one of him over here. Good. That would have made my life very, very difficult and sad. And obviously this Mom's Heart fight is going to go absolutely swimmingly because we have the Bible. And I don't, I'm not sure if I've used the Bible on the Mom's Heart fight yet. I may have, actually. In fact, I'm totally wrong. I definitely have. More hearts here. But we're going to go ahead and do that again. Just nuke that shit. And I thought I was my scapegoat. So that's my excuse for damage there. We could visit the arcade. I guess that would be the responsible thing to do. I'm not sure having flying for the Isaac fight is going to do anything for me. We have a donation machine and a blood machine. We'll blow up the blood machine, maybe get some hearts back. A couple cents and a heart. Half a heart. Looking forward to seeing what my health is, because not the best Womb 2 I've ever had. Certainly glad that I didn't have to fight Mom's Heart, but, you know, who knows. I'm assuming using, by the way, the Bible on the Isaac fight is a huge mistake, and we have a lot of ground to cover. Yikes. I'm guessing it's an instant death type of thing. Again, desperate. Give me something that will make this run less painful. Really anything at all. 2 gluttonies is a good thing. Lots of health, and our health is not as bad as I thought it would be. We're down a heart and a half, which will almost certainly be made up after this room. We've got 2 gluttonies that will drop, hopefully, a lot of health. Damn, you got a lot of health. Let's get our spiders in on the action, shall we? That's the one problem with spiders, is that they kind of roam free. So unless something's like really coming at you at the beginning of a room, they kind of just do their own thing somewhere in the room until you get to the next room, in which case then they respawn at the front of the room. Lots of hearts and a broken Ankh, which, an interesting item. It's like the Ankh, but less reliable. It's kind of cool. It's like a, you know, percentage chance that you respawn, and it can work multiple times, which I kind of like. It's kind of, again, it's an interesting item. Not so much the useful item that we need, but it's interesting. We could all just dash the same direction. No? Okay. This room going much smoother than I would have expected. I think thanks to Scapegoat, honestly, and no thanks to me dodging into enemies like that, certainly. And like that. Wow. Terrible, terrible damage. Really, again, this room went really well, and then, well, I just kind of pooped all over that notion. Our range is seriously killing us. There's no hearts in here. I was lied to. What the hell? Where's the heart? Oh, okay. I was like, you lied to me. There is no heart in here. A famine room I can certainly take care of. Not in this situation with him sitting in there, but in other situations when he decides to come visit out here in the land of the living. Let's just do the bomb thing. It's the easy way of getting this room taken care of. Again, that bomb could have been used to just skip the room entirely, but I'm thinking that's not our best option. Yeah, go after Scapegoat. Sure. Don't take damage to a Grandfather Flag at this stage. He kind of looks like he's looking at my Scapegoat, so I'm going to assume he's just kind of targeting him. I don't really know for sure. It's hard to say. He will give us another half heart. And we'll continue on. Q-Bones! Just keep moving. Just keep moving. It didn't help. Got hit twice. Maybe thrice. It's real unfortunate. That's what that is. They fire so fast. Look at that bullshit. Oh, Q-Bones. The throws. I'm sorry. I know that was reckless, but I blame our terrible damage. We cannot spatter blood on the floor. That'd be so swell. Spiders, don't waste yourself on him. It's not worth it. We have enough health that, like, the Isaac fight is feasible. At least I feel like it's feasible. Yeah, slow me down. Yeah. Sure. Another damned horseman in a room that... You know what? Give me the flying. You know what? We can't use it on Isaac, presumably. I don't want to ruin a run that way. I really don't. So I'm just gonna... Okay, but you all saw that. That was bullshit. You better drop the greatest health upgrade of all time. You better drop me full health somehow. A full health pill is what I expect. It's in our rotation. We found it earlier. We know it exists. It's no myth. There is a full health pill. Just get on your horse. Thank you. No more scythes, just you and me. The scythes are going after Scapegoat, which just threw me off. Again, this run is nothing but tragedy. I should have bombed so much earlier in this fight. Even those 2 rocks being gone is a big deal. I think using the Bible is definitely the right call. That damage certainly could have been avoided. We'll get our Polaroid invincibility, but it's not looking like it's gonna help very much. This run is kind of just over. And you know what? I think we have our all stats up and shuffled to blame. I think it's to blame. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. We do have our Lazarus life, so, you know, that's interesting. Have to stay way too close. Scapegoat, though, if you could just stay away from me, that would be swell. Just stay near Isaac if you could. This fight is totally possible. Like, I can do it on 1 health. 2 health, technically. Because Lazarus's life puts you right back into the room. It's definitely feasible. With this range, much less feasible than it ought to be. And again, there we go. It's over. Thanks for watching. I know that was painful. I'm sorry. I tried my best. I kind of threw at the end there on that death fight. We'll never get to see what we get from that chest. But thanks for watching. As always, hit me with a like if you're enjoying the series. It really does mean a lot to me, and it helps get my videos out to more people. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.